think it is. Yeah, there we go. Okay, hello, Dr. Ricky T here. Give me a second. I'm just going to go live over here on Instagram at the same time. Bear with me. There we go. Let me make sure I go live there. Okay, I think I'm live in various places. So, good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, February 19th at about 8:35. I'm about 5 minutes late. Not that you care. So I'm going to make sure that it is going live. I'm going to ask, there we go. Yeah, it's telling me it's live. Okay. Okay. Happy Wednesday, everybody. And I have some thoughts to share. I do this every Wednesday. Maybe I should call this sort of Wednesday's wisdom. I don't know. I don't need to call it anything. I just like to offer some things into the world. Excuse me for my cough. Oh my gosh, I just came in from outside from a beautiful morning walk here. So just going to make sure that I am live by checking with somebody in my world, Jocelyn Flowers, who makes sure that I'm live and it's working. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, I think she's going to type something here. I think it's working. Hello, Joss. We're just having a little test. You are live everywhere. Okay, great. We are live. Okay, we are alive and we are live and we are alive. Okay, so here's, first of all, if you're watching this soon, your Instagram or Facebook or the various platforms that this is going to all at the same time. First of all, an amazing technology called Ecamm. If you're into tech at all or into sort of figuring out how to do all this stuff, I have become obsessed with learning the art and the science and the brilliance of this amazing software package called Ecamm. I don't get paid to say that. I'm just telling you it's an amazing thing. I use it at my events. I use it for these on Wednesdays. I'm using it in a lot of different places. It does amazing things. Okay, there's a little tech talk. Now let me go over to the human technology talk for a second. So so I have a way that I talk to clients every day. There's another technology I use called Street. Oh my God, what's it called? Marco Polo. Marco Polo. It's a video app where I can talk back and forth with people. We're not live with each other. We make a video and it gets sent, and then they respond. Right. So it's a very interactive. And I talk to a lot of clients every single day. It's the coolest thing ever. They have a question. They need to process something. They need to talk, right? It's sort of instant support, which instant support, which I love. So one of them was sharing something this morning, which I was so inspired by, and confidentiality, but it's a concept we all needed to hear. I needed to hear it. When the universe kind of goes, okay, you need to hear this too. As a trainer of life coaches and executive coaches over the years too, by the way, one of the things I've always said into those rooms is, your client will your client will bring up the stuff you need to look at, right? By the way, I think coaching and supporting another person in a one-on-one conversation is the best personal growth experience ever, because everything's a reflection, right? If I got stuff shows up in the clients, right? It's like a mirror moment. Okay, good. Okay, so there's somebody watching. Good morning. Good morning. So this is not a technology class. This is not a strategy moment. This is a human understanding moment. And she had this great moment of, she said, "I'm so done with me." And she said, "I'm so done with me." And I listened and I went, oh, what does that mean? And then she proceeded to proceed in proceeded to proceed. Yeah, there you go. She proceeded to go on and said, "I'm so done with the dream." I'm paraphrasing a little bit. I'm going to add to it because I needed to look at it too. She said, "I'm so done with the big dream I have for the work I want to do. And I'm so done with this." She works with us in our mastermind group called Produce You. It's a year-long support structure and doing and strategies and all this stuff. And, life is lifing right around her. And she said, "I'm just so done with all the things that keep happening to me that get in my way. And I thought, first of all, life happens, right? There's things happening. Life happens to me, this circumstance. And she beautifully said, I need to reframe how I dance with my life, how I look at my life, how I respond to the things that occur in my life. And, I could feel her own sort of exhaustion of, I need to do this differently. Versus, I need the world to stop having its circumstances in my personal or professional life. It's like, I need all these circumstances to not happen like this. And I it was beautifully said. She goes, I realize that's not going to happen like that. Of course it comes down to, we all know the phrase, it's not what happens to us, it's how we respond to what happens to us, right? So, but there've been times in my life, and I'm asking you to consider this morning or afternoon or whatever time you're watching this in your time zone, and you can, if you're here live right now, you can throw it into the comments. I'll give you the question in a minute. Let me finish my thought of my own understanding of this. There's been times in my life where I'm on retreat, or I've stepped out of my business as usual life, and I've had these. Hello, Patrick Farron, and Wise El Jefe. Where I've sort of like, I'm done with how I'm being. I'm done with this quote unquote victim way of living. I'm done with, she even said, I'm done with all these circumstances, right? I'm just done with them. And of course, we want them to be done. And maybe that will shift them, in the land of the ability of our minds to create our reality. They might shift because you decide, I'm done. I'm so done with that. I'm so done with that worry. I'm so done with that way of being. I'm so done with having that anxiety like that, whatever it is. And I've had moments in my life where it gets really loud. And I know this happened in my client this morning. She just got so loud with herself, which is great. It was an internal voice, and she had to share it with me and said, I'm just so done with me. And I just loved the phrase. And we could add to it, I'm done with the sort of lower vibration of me. I'm done with the way I get caught in the circumstances of my life. I'm done with the way of all the stuff, right? You could fill in the blank. But I just loved how she said it. It was funny. I mean, she started. It was cute. It was real. It was raw. I was like, I'm so done with me. Not done with life. Done with me and how I'm doing my life, right? So I heard it. And I went, wow. There's been times in my life where that's been true for me, where I've just, I had to set down. And what I love about it is sort of it's a big declaration moment. It's a declaring. It's not just a little dream. Not just a little whimsical hope, or it has this demarcation moment of, in this moment I declare this to be done, right? And I could feel it in her, even in the video that she sent me, and I was like, I hope she keeps it, because in that profound, powerful declaration, I believe the possibility, actually the probability of you being done with it actually happens. Now, we might need to be refreshed about it. We might, sorry. Oh my gosh. Let me breathe. But what I'm underlining, I think, hopefully for all of you, because I could hear it in myself this morning, is, what am I declaring that I want to be done with, right? And of course, the opposite then is, what do I want to be? What do I want to embrace? What do I want to, what's the opposite of done with is, what do I want to be with? What's the life I want to lead? What's the work I want to do? What's the income I want to have? But I was so moved by I'm done with this. So I'm asking you to consider, you choose to or not, here I am doing my thing on a Wednesday. to really take a moment today and decide, decide the power of a decision, right? The power of a decision, and and then turn it into a declaration. And I invite you to, and this might feel silly. I don't know. I'm not going to project on you in any way, shape, or form, but actually give this time, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Journal on I'm done with this, and just journal. This is what I'm done with. This is what I'm done with. This is what I'm done with. All the aspects of your being self, right? I'm done with the low grade anxiety experience. I'm done with worrying about where the world is going. I'm done with being confused. I'm done with being overwhelmed. I'm done with not asking for help when I need it. I'm done with trying to do this on my own. I'm done with, you see how this can go on and on? And then you have this list, right? And then I would create this moment for yourself. If you want to do this in front of somebody, that's the best. To be witnessed with this kind of stuff is a great ritual, right? It's a demarcation, powerful moment. It's not just a journal. You've said it out loud. You've said it to yourself. You've said it to the universe, if you will, or in quantum, you've said it into the quantum field out loud. And by the way, another person listening, I think, is really useful. So I invite you to do that today and read them out loud. If there's nobody around to do it, or you think it's awkward or too weird, great, just do it yourself. But give yourself 15 to 20 minutes to declare, I'm done with, right? And if you want to do the opposite, maybe tomorrow, but I was just so moved by the way she said, I'm just done with it. It was so definitive. It was like, I'm so done with this. And I got moved by I was like, oh my gosh, what do I need to be done with? So I love when people sort of hit the wall on their own stuff and they kind of go, right? And it's inspiring. She was kind of just sharing it like in a processing way, but I was hearing it like, oh my gosh, that is such a profound, deep moment. And I reflected it back in a video back, and I said, this is an important moment for you, right? You think this is about getting the right strategy and all the tactics and all. Yeah, there's all that conversation to be had. Yeah. Hi, Connie. Yeah, just do it today. And declare it. And you might want to, there's the version of you burn it or you like crumple it up or cut it up, or I right or wrong, I don't know. I tend to like need to keep it because I probably need to do another version of it like 3 days from now, right? Because I need to be reminded of like, oh yeah, I said I was done with, So I hope that's helpful. I'm going to do it today. I have a million tasks to do today I probably have 25 in my business life today. I have a bunch of reach outs to do today. I'm also designing a couple of things that are coming your way, which let me segue there. And Jocelyn, my amazing co-creator of this thing that I do into the world, is going to put into all the different chat rooms. I'm doing a free class today. By the way, I do a free training, teaching, strategy. I do twice a month. I do these calls, right? And I want to support people with the work they want to do, with the life they want to have, with the business they want to have, right? I'm so into that. You get to create it the way you want, and you get to have it the way you want. And what does that take? So I do these calls. Today's call, I'm just going to go to the details. Jocelyn's going to put it into the chat here. And I know there's always a little bit of a delay when I say it, but let me go here. So there's a call today. It's called it's Magnetic Presence, right? These are called pop-up trainings. They're free. You'd have to register. Just drop in your email, right? There's a link there. Link's a little bit long maybe, but just cut and paste, throw it into your browser. You know how to do it, and register. So today we're gonna do a deeper dive on your own magnetism, and the being of you, not just the what you say and how you. We're going to talk about how you say it, but to step into your own humanity, raw realness, that has people go, I need to be around that. And I know most of us get caught on the what we say. And today I'm going to, that's a part of it, what we say. But I want to talk about how you be as you say it and some perspectives to be in as you say whatever you need to say, right? And, by the way, where do we say it? We say it online. We say it in front of rooms. We say it to a client. We're magnetic in the grocery store. That way of being that people just sort of go, there's something going on over there. And I think that's intentional, not accidental. There's some people that maybe have it, right? There's the whole charisma thing. I actually believe charisma is trainable, or here's my take on it. I believe everybody has charisma. It's covered. For many of us, it's covered. The charisma needs some freedom, right? And yeah, so that's what today's call is about. The other thing that's going on, just letting you know what's going on in my world, I'm doing an event. So a bigger thing, 2 days, bigger thing. It's an event, virtual, in my home. I create a studio with 3 to 4 cameras. It's a whole big thing. So love doing it. And that is in April. It is April, just want to get my dates right. I'll tell you what it's about here in a minute. But I'm going to tell you why you should be there and why you shouldn't be there. It's called the Performance Lab, and it's April 24, 20, and 25, 2 days, right? So I love helping people increase their impact, right? Because I believe at my core, impact equals a fulfilling life, a financially fulfilling life, like this impact game, right? What's the impact you're having? Being really strategic about it, being clear about what is it you want to put into the world. So many dimensions to this. And the part I'm going to focus on in this performance lab is, again, in the being of you, the essence of you, the message that wants to come through you. How do you create mic droppy sentences that people go, oh my God, I need that. We're going to talk a lot about making a powerful distinction. There's things to be and do and how to talk about what you want in the world, because I'm assuming if you're following me, you're playing a bigger game or want to play a bigger game, which is like, what's your thing that you're putting into the world? We're going to double click on that whole thing, right? And because the core concept of this 2-day event is people are hiring you, who happens to have the services that you provide. They don't happen to buy the services that happen to just be through you. It's a you thing. They're hiring you or not hiring you, because we have to be at full permission with who we are fully. There's no like, I'm not gonna try to strategize and not show that part or that part. It's like, no, here's the deal, right? And you'll either attract or repel. But I want to help you figure out and help you understand, what does it mean to be at full permission of yourself in the world, with your services, with your magicianship, with your stake and your stand and your viewpoints, to help people want to come towards you and work with you, right? Coach, if you're a coach, a trainer, a speaker, an author, all those roles that I know many of you are in my world, because that's the game I'm in, is to help people figure out, what is that? How do I do that better? How do I attract people? I find it fascinating, and I've got a million ideas, but it all comes back to you first. We can have the best online strategy campaign in the world, but without you without you being really grounded in yourself and loving what you do and love talking about what you do, as we're going to talk a lot about love, then the rest of it is just a strategy, right? Right. So it's the you part, the performer part, that we're going to focus on, because you are a performer. And I know that word can trigger, but you are, right? I stand in front of a room at my spiritual center. I'm right now in front of you right now talking, probably too fast. Let me breathe. We are performing all the time. We're sort of on all the time. Now, I want to offer this concept of on does not mean like on, and you have to be amazing. On means real and raw and authentic and conversational, and people kind of go, I need what they're doing. I want to be around that person. I want to be in their mastermind. I want them to be my coach because of the way they be more than just what they do. Okay, so that's that. So let me finish this up. Let me finish this up with coming back around to the concept of today's. excuse me. Is what do you need to set down, right? What do you need to like declare? I'm done. I'm done. Do it. Really do it today and see what shifts, right? And the final thing I will invite you to do is empower this. Here's what happens for most of us. We get these ideas from these coaches like me and personal growthy people like me, and we go, oh, I don't know, yeah, maybe, I don't know, I don't have time for that, that's sort of stupid. We can do a big evaluation before we actually do it. So if you're evaluating it and you wonder and are like sort of judgy of it, don't do it, because you're actually in the sort of the metaphysical context of this. If you wrap this activity in the energy of this is sort of, I don't know if it's going to work, or I don't have time for this is sort of stupid, it's not going to work, because you're confusing the universe. You're like, oh yeah, I'll try this thing. Empower it. Decide it's going to work, because that's the most important decision, is you decide that this crazy thing that this crazy coach has asked you to do today is going to work, because it's the belief behind anything you do is what has things work or not. Okay? So those are my final thoughts. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. See you on a class, see you on a call. You know where to find me. If anybody has any questions about anything, you can find me on social media, reach out. You can direct message me. ricktamlin.com is my website, yada yada. You know how to do all this. We all have 87,000 ways to find each other now. So I'll just end with this thought that I want for you. What I want for you is a sense of freedom, a sense of peace, a sense of fun, a sense of fulfillment with whatever you want to put into the world. That it's a wildly engaging, fun, interactive, dynamic game. And that's not in this territory of it's tight and it's got to work and I better and what will happen, and right, instead of like, oh my gosh, this is really fun. I can't wait to do a social media post. I can't wait to go reach out to a local library and give a talk, and because that's what we're doing with our clients right now a lot. It's like, do some personal reach outs and go speak at local centers, because by the way, speaking and being in front of humans, fastest path to your successful business and the successful work you want to put into the world. Whether you're a minister, a practitioner, a coach, a trainer, a speaker, an author, right? I mean, authors do book readings, right, of their book. They speak to people. Okay, I need to stop talking now. What I know for you is it is unfolding for your highest good. And so it is. That's what I know. All right, everybody. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on somewhere in this great atmosphere of creativity that we're all swimming in together. So be well, everybody. Bye for now. Let me just do my unstopping things here. I got to stop over here. Chris, the link is available in my, yeah, okay. Hang on here. People are asking questions. So Ecamm Live, hang on, I got to go over here. Just unhooking from all the different platforms. There we go. I'm going to end. Right, and live video, and then we're going to go. All right, bye, everybody. I don't know why I didn't.